Hey, this is DM Allen. Thanks for joining us once again for another week of awesomeness. Let's just get it started.
Last time on Roll with Advantage, our party ran into Orcus.
Yeah, I was thinking that was going to be Orcus. Okay.
Kinian got ideas of grandeur.
Kinian thinks to himself, that looks important, and large-sized Kinian tries to wrestle the wand out of Orcus' hand with contested athletics.
And just when the party thinks they have driven Orcus off, things take a turn for the worse.
Orcus has disappeared, the wand has disappeared out of Kinian's hand, and a swarm of zombies is now on the deck of the ship. You see just off in the distance a red blob flapping away southward.
And not only that, but Tin. Poor Tin.
86 hit points.
You die.
She dead or unconscious dead?
She's dead.
Can the party fight off the zombies? Is all hope lost without Tin? Listen now to find out.
How far away?
Way further than you could ever shoot. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. And Kyo, it's your turn. A swarm of zombies is on the ship now, and they are just going ballista. They're pew 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 pew.
No, not my ballistas.
They are covering all of the base of the poop deck around the furnace, and some of them are actually starting to claw at the furnace itself. It looks like they're trying to crawl up and get to the balloon.
You still have your sunbeam thing going?
Yes, I do. It goes for 10 rounds.
Okay.
I'm going to actually spend my advantage that I've been carrying around for the last 4 sessions.
Okay.
I think I've gotten advantage 2 or 3 times since the last time I used it. And I am blasted at him with a firebolt.
Okay.
That's quickened. Just hoping for a crit. Instead, I rolled a 17 and a 19. 14 plus 4 for 18 fire damage with the firebolt.
18 fire damage.
And then followed up with a sunbeam as my action.
They're going to fail.
30 radiant damage to the swarm.
All right, Bon, your turn.
I'll just go over to the nearest couple of zombies and start slashing away. Slugging away, as this is a staff-related activity. That's the other one is 27.
Oh, yeah, that definitely hits.
Tin's not one of the zombies, is she?
No.
Good.
Nope.
Sad. 50 stuff.
50?
50 stuff.
50 stuffs. All right. Bond just goes through and starts bashing many zombies in the brain. You can see him because you've got your staff out, right?
Yep.
And so you see him going through all of these different kata forms, and as he moves, he glows brighter with the radiant energy, and he starts to find this momentum move from one person to another, just dispatching a ridiculous amount of zombies. He has almost this circle of space between him and the mob, and the void that fills that space is all dead zombie bodies. Kinian.
Kinian doesn't feel quite as blessed anymore for some odd reason.
Yeah.
But notices the rod's missing from his hand and basically huffs about it a little bit and reaches up, and a flanged mace pops out of his back, and he pushes a button, and a flaming axe head springs out of the rod of lordly might.
Nice.
And he makes 2 attacks. Does a 16 hit?
16 does hit.
Yeah.
Reckless, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess that was one. Yeah. Yes, it was reckless.
Okay.
It's gonna be 2 hits. I'll roll all the damages.
All right.
I get to add fire damage. Does the fire damage have to be separate?
No.
73 damage
73.
with 2 attacks.
Holy shit.
Dang.
Well, that lets me add another
Yeah.
46 because of
Yeah.
the fire.
Fuck yeah. Did you add your size?
No. How do you get a jacked D4? Seriously, look at this. It's laying like it's an upside down pyramid. That's how the Egyptians died. Another 5 damage. Okay, damn. They tried to build a different pyramid and just.
Egyptians are still alive.
I know.
Sure, the ones that did the
Americanism.
pyramids, though.
But you didn't specify that.
Yeah, but you don't see them building pyramids anymore.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because they
For a
landed
reason.
on a field.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here.
I heard some things.
All right. So it's going to be Bon Kinian. You two are in the swarm.
Cool.
You guys are swarm buddies.
Swarm buddies.
Like halfway through our swipes.
Ooh. 1 crit on you, Kinian.
Don't care. Oh wait, I do care.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing armor.
And then a second one is a 21. That hits. Okay. And then Bon.
Since it's a swarm, does this have disadvantage from Kinian attacking it?
Probably not.
No. No. Well. Oh, I see what you're saying.
You're treating it as one entity.
Well,
I'm gonna say with swarms, Kinian's abilities SOL.
yeah, I'm assuming that
Yeah.
this whole time just because it's one target.
Yeah. All right. So 14 for Bon.
Nope. Bon steps away.
20. 25. 25.
25 hits.
Okay. All right. So
barely.
Just
Kinian.
barely.
Yeah. Just right there on the touch.
Bon moved out of the way of the first attack right into the
Right.
fist of another attack.
Yeah, they both punched at the same time. Okay, Kinian, you take 20 for the first hit. That was the crit. And the second one is a 13 bludgeoning damage on the second one. Bon, you take 19 points of bludgeoning damage. As just this hail of fists come in on you guys. They have abandoned attacking the balloon and are just swarming you two.
I do use my reaction
Okay.
to shield Bon
Okay.
because he's within 30 of me, lowering the damage he takes by 11. Does that negate all the damage from you?
No, it was more than that.
But it does send that 11 points of damage onto the swarm.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then I do my reaction and cast lightly flames upon them.
Okay.
So,
And then I do my reaction, which is to just
Stay
lay there.
dead.
Tin's body
to
twitches in the
decompose.
throes of death.
It's going to be expensive.
11 fire.
Okay. All right. And it is now Minette's turn. Minette, go.
I shoot the swarm for 50 points of damage, and then I hide.
Holy fuck. So
he waits for all their heads to line up.
Minette's like, that's cute. They're lining up.
Swarm zombies works in your favor.
well,
Yeah.
they're excited.
Yeah, well, they were excited, and they do like Minette. You're just waiting for the perfect shot. You're almost seeing like a pattern to how they're moving, and all of a sudden there it is, and you pull the trigger, and it busts through 20 heads, and they just Kinian, you see like the spurt blood in front of you, and the bullet comes to rest. Like, it hits you in the chest and then, like, dinks onto the ground because it's run out of momentum. And you look at it, and then you look back up, and 20 bodies just... and you see Manette there.
I wink.
Yeah, pointing a gun at you.
And you see me like smile and wave and like point up at this flaming axe, like waving around. Because it's my first christening journey using that.
And then I hide at 22.
All right. Let's see. Asmodeus is going to probably mop up the rest here. He gets his scepter out, and he just kind of like spins it quick in his palm, whoop, whoop, and then starts bashing people's faces in. Bon, you see Asmodeus run up in his larger form, and he swipes his scepter, and you just duck out of the way, and he hits the rest of the zombies that were congregated around you, and they all just go tumbling off the back of the ship. You have dispatched all of the zombies.
And then I take my staff and give a beamy salute. Till my spell ends.
So resurrection is 7th level and requires 1,000 GP diamond.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Just
Tin's life is totally worth 1,000 gold.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Just you can't teleport a dead person, can you?
Yeah.
I'd be.
Well, we can stick her in the bag of holding.
That would be the way to do it.
That's so fucked.
But
But
also
yes.
doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because the way willing, if the spell says willing creature, if you're unconscious or dead, it does not work. Because there's a component to like the casting that requires the will of the individual to come along with.
Before you, on the deck of the ship, is not only a bunch of decaying, nasty zombie bodies, but laying amongst those bodies is Tin. Asmodeus looks to you all, and he says, "Quick, don't your giant friends have a way to resurrect?"
And I say, "Don't you touch her." He is very defensive of
Dead bodies.
dead friends.
Yep.
So
And I'm like, yeah? And I produce the conch, and I walk up to Tin, and I hold out the conch, and I blow it, and disappear with Tin, and the conch drops to the ship, like right onto the floor.
He's not attuned to it, so it doesn't come with him.
Yep. All right. So
picks up the conch.
you yell, "Bring her back, you son of a bitch!" You show up in Maelstrom. It's the purple room with marbled flooring, purple marbled flooring. You've got the light blue phosphorescent lights and stuff like that are playing off the walls, and ahead of you is the stairway. You've got Tin in the fireman's carry, probably, or even like in your arms, and running up the stairs.
And the guards are giving him dirty looks
But, like-
because, bringing dead dragons is one thing, but elven maids, come on.
But like my
What sort of
first
sick bastard is
my first thought that comes to me when I come in, like I start to put Tin down like it was a dragon corpse.
Oh
and
Just
then
the habit.
and then I like shake my head and like and I start running up the stairs.
Okay.
And then I realize it's easier to fly, so I just kind of like float.
All right. You float up the stairs, and when you get to the top, there in the smooth jazz room is Queen Sarissa and the crab and her father and uncle are all there, and what do you do?
I call out to Sarissa loudly as I like come barging into the room. Tin, my drinking buddy. She's had too much. I need help. Someone pointed a wand at her and she's not moving. And I'm large. because I had that
Yeah.
that potion, and I forgot that I'm large, so like a huge Kinnian comes like flying into the room.
So you fly into the room, you say those things, and Queen Sarissa's like, quick, lay her out on the table. And she starts like pulling her shell necklace off, and she puts like she had a couple of the pieces of 6 like in her hands, and she had looked like she was like studying them, something Kinnian's not necessarily. Yeah. And she's pulling her shell necklace off, and she pulls at the string and pushes all the shells off and starts laying them around Tin. Do you have any gems on you? I need a very fine diamond. Does
I don't
she?
know,
Probably
Tin's the one
intense
that
pack.
manages.
It's probably in Tin's pack.
Yeah. And I struggle at her pack to try to open it because my hands are so big.
Yeah.
It's like an adult playing with like a kid's toy.
And
So you just dump it all on the table.
Yep.
let's see. So you need a.
There's like cat toys in there.
You need a 300 gold piece, because a revivify should work.
Oh,
it's
we've got that
been under a minute, so it would have been 12 seconds maximum since she's died, right?
Somewhere around there.
And then you puff the conch, and then go up the stairs flying. That's all under a minute.
There was 2 rounds of combat after I died? And then
I think so.
Well, the
So
jungle
it would
clothes
be
never
like
happened.
really
it never
fast.
happened because it takes him 10 minutes to cast.
Yeah.
I walked up and just like blew the conch.
Yeah,
Yep.
I just got there and started doing, like, back off, everybody, get away from this body.
And I might have,
Don't you eat her.
if time was of the essence, I didn't realize it was happening that quickly.
Yeah.
I would probably have casted haste on him just to make sure that he.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you definitely have made it in time then, and and so she pulls out these shell-like beads, and she starts laying around Tin. She grips the gem that you have, and it's very small for her, almost like an acorn for us, and she she starts to incant and speak these words that you don't quite understand, and all the shells start to shake and then glow, and Kinnian, you can see in one of these almost like conch shells, you can see like into the shell. You can actually see a gate into a very similar snowy plain, just looking through like a part of the shell. These shells, they're shaking and glowing, and she pinches the diamond between her 2 fingers and kind of like salt bays it on.
Yes, I'm a tender fillet.
Meanwhile, a chill.
Just a hunk of meat right now.
There's a great disturbance in the force. Yeah. And a chill goes down Kyo's back as an image of Tin being prepared for dinner at a giant's table
right.
goes through his head.
His worst fears confirmed.
And she finishes throwing the diamond dust all over Tin. And Tin, you are brought back to life with 1 hit point.
I wake up very exhausted and very confused because I remembered being on the ship a second ago.
Yeah.
And I scoop Tin up in like one hand, and I'm just like smiling and
I
like
kind
and
of
holding
flail. I'm
you
like,
up.
what is going on?
You're back.
You bring her in for a tight hug.
And I'm shirtless, and I smell great.
Oh, I'm sure
He
you
smells
do.
like Orcish
zombie.
barbecue.
I smell like Orcish barbecue covered in stinky cologne. Because I have not run out yet.
What happened?
You were sleeping.
Oh. And I
Don't-
guess all my stuff's on that table because you were looking for a diamond?
Yeah. Sarissa said she needed a diamond.
Okay. Well, it's been a few centuries since I last died. That's great.
I put you down.
I kind of wobble a little.
I hit the bar, and I basically just pick up like essentially like a human-sized cake that they might have back there for guests, and I one-handed like a can of beer, and I offer some to Sarissa. Totally not realizing that pregnant women don't drink.
Well, he doesn't realize that elves don't sleep, so.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've got like one arm around Sarissa, just kind of like squeezing at her legs and like hips, and like drinking, and just kind of smiling.
She says, "What's been going on? What happened?"
We've met a lich that said we're going to Omu, and a big flying corpse man attacked the ship, and I took his wand, and then he left. I don't know. That's weird.
That's definitely sounds weird. Do you need a place to stay, or do you gotta get back? Where are your friends? Are they okay?
I didn't think about that. They probably need us in case that red corpse blob comes back.
Okay, so they're still all alive. Tin was the only one that didn't make it. If you need to get back to your friends, then I will not stop you. Stay safe.
Tanuvial walks up to Sarissa and gives her a very sincere thank you for reviving her.
She nods her head and she says, "I would do it for any of my close friends. Unfortunately, that's the last one I've got. Us royalty, we get those shells at birth, and they're supposed to protect us in times of need, and that was mine. Please don't waste it."
I'll protect you in your time of need, honey. And
So wait, what was the shell thing that she had been using?
That was my, let's call it a safety net. Each of the Storm Giant Royals, they're born with shells. It comes out during the birthing process.
It's like the placenta?
It kind of. And we found though that you can use them to revive. That's my shot. That's all I got.
Well, I am forever in your debt, so anytime you need my services, let me know. And then I poof back to the ship.
All right.
Kinian says to Sarissa, it's just like, "I missed you, sweetie." And he tries for a sleight of hand goose at the boost. I'm large right now, so it's not too big of a reach. Like arm around her, just like a honk.
All right. And then you teleport back to the ship.
Yep.
All right.
Don't even give her time to react.
Yeah.
No.
Always gotta leave him wanting more.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys get back to the ship, and when you come back, all of the wizard apprentices and ship hands, the ship's crew, come out of hiding down from the engine room, and they start helping you all with the slow process of cleaning the ship.
Yeah, I cast animate objects and start animating mops.
All right. Doom, 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 doom.
I go back to the deck to try to retrieve the conch.
Okay.
Looking for it. Like,
It's
did anyone
it's
take
nowhere
it?
to be found.
All right.
There's some brooding and vulgar communication going through the telepathy link. Like, where's the
Manette
shell?
gets sick of that and tells Keo to give him back the shell.
He's saying things I've never heard, and I'm almost 200 years old.
And on a less weird note, Tin, welcome back. Glad to see you're feeling better.
Yes, I am alive now. I create some water for help with the cleaning up, and then I tell everyone that I am gonna go sleep. And I go to my room to go sleep.
Asmodeus kind of walks up to you all and, so, chase him?
Chase him. And I offer the keg to Asmodeus that I came back from.
All right. And his big devil form hands, he takes it and starts drinking it, and and then he starts barking orders where Kinian would have. Lucky kind of like as he's running to his post, Kinian, Lucky approaches you and he says, "Listen, this Asmodeus guy, he's kind of taking run of the ship. Just be mindful."
It's my ship.
It might be. And then he heads off to the helm. You guys set course for the south and start heading towards Omu.
Kinian rolls his eyes at that comment because I feel no.
You're not threatened.
I'm not
by
threatened by Asmodeus at all,
Yep.
and I'm really stupid. Like I think the ego would not let that get in the way.
Yeah.
Long rest?
It depends on how you guys want to fly. So Omu is only about 10 hours away. So yes, you could do a long rest.
I'm definitely doing at least one.
So you all are able to get in a long rest. Does anybody want to do anything outside of that?
Kinian.
You have about 2 hours.
Kinian is horny.
Okay.
He just got a goose honk. Sarissa. Things are going all right with rings, and he's gonna do things.
Kinian, you're on the is it bow, the front of the ship? You're on the bow, standing there with Lucky, and you're both kind of watching as Omu approaches you.
You mean as we approach Omu?
Yeah, I mean, well, from Kinian's perspective. You guys are watching as Omu gets closer and closer, and you're having a conversation with Lucky, and he says, Sir, Asmodeus has contracts out for most of the crew. I read through it. I'm not interested in that sort of thing. But understand that many of them have signed, and it essentially, if they invoke a pact in it, their soul is forfeit to him. So be aware that he might have more pull than you would think.
That's why I don't sign nothing.
That's right.
Double negative. Sounds real educated.
And as you both kind of like look forward, I think Lucky is a coffee drinker, and so he's standing there with a cup, and
How civilized.
and you guys start cresting, getting closer and closer to this city of Omu. What you see is these Aztec-like structures, these buildings, and they are sunken down into this cliff-like gully. A river pours into the city from the northeast, and a large pit of lava surrounding this spire of land, sticking straight up and kind of towering over the rest of the city. You see a lot of movement down in the city as well. Kinian, you definitely think that there's undead here. You see flapping winged reptiles flying around on the south edge, and they're starting to come towards your ship. And Lucky looks towards you and he says, "It looks like we've got another battle on our hands." And as you crest over the this cliff face, Lucky is looking at you, and his eyes go wide. I don't feel so good, sir." And then he crumples and he dies. He shrivels completely. Kinian, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, why were we...
Oh, is this the place we weren't supposed to go when we were
Yeah,
alive?
this was where we were told that we needed to have a trickster's help to make us appear undead.
Yep.
That's an 18.
We probably should have done that first.
Keo, you see this up in the crow's nest,
To port!
and all the ship hands start going to work, and you see the sails, they start to flip around, and the ship actually starts to bank hard. 1 second. What did you get? I'm
18.
sorry. 18. That's not gonna do it. Kinian, you take 50 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
The life just feels sucked from your body. As the ship continues momentum through its turn, you start to see more and more and more of the deckhands start to just fall flat, dying in front of you.
It'd be the ones on the starboard side of the ship.
Yep. And Minette, you're probably getting around right now, down below the ship, and you've poked your head out, and Robbie's running by, and you kind of give him a curt nod, and Robbie says, "They say there's," and he falls dead right in front of you.
Great.
Let's see.
Loving this.
Yeah. The guys running the ship weren't necessarily aware of this kind of danger.
They weren't communicating to the rest of us that they were...
Right. I mean, Asmodeus ordered the ship to follow, and so,
Okay.
Kinian, you rush to action. It's your vehicle proficiency thing.
I have proficiency in navigator. What? Vehicles.
Vehicles, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Water vehicles, and this is essentially a flying water vehicle.
for what you're doing with changing the sails, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So give me a roll for that. Do I need to specify what one to use, or does it have one to use?
Well, that just means I get to add my proficiency bonus to whatever skill check you're having me do.
Okay. Let's do strength, actually, because you are loosening the ropes and you're trying to pull. You're trying to do 3 people's worth of work and pull the sail so it flips to turn hard port.
30.
All right. You succeed. The ship fully banks now. What do you guys want to do? This is a skill challenge. The ship is drifting further into the area, but is now turning. Is there anything you guys want to do?
I would try and gust of wind into the sails, but I don't
Okay.
have skill
Yeah,
in that.
absolutely. No, you can do that. I'm just gonna give that an auto success, just because I can't think of anything right off the top of my head, and that's a really solid thing to do in this situation. So that's 2 successes. All right, excellent. So Kinian, you turn the sail, and Bond just comes out of the door from the lower deck, seeing you turn the sail, and he pushes air up into it. The ship lurches forward and cuts harder. I think at this point it's turned almost 180 degrees and now facing the other way.
I'm gonna do a persuasion.
Okay.
I know it doesn't seem like there's much time, but I yell, all hands, Now your lives depend on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
Add 9, 13.
13. Okay, excellent.
Your voice is like cracking when you're shouting it.
It's real this time.
I think everybody comes to attention, but unfortunately the cracking in the voice becomes a distraction. It doesn't seem to aid.
I mean, it could have been worse.
It could have been worse.
I've now reached the deck of the ship.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
Meanwhile, Deke and I are on my broom with a rope
Okay.
to the top. We're trying to bank it,
Okay.
and we fly out with
Okay.
the rope behind us.
You know, like,
Not that that's going to do anything.
you're being like an outrunner.
Yeah, we're
It's like
tugboat.
how they like lean.
What happens when you put more fire in the furnace again? Ship goes up?
The balloon goes upward.
I do a burning hands to see if maybe it's like a dome, and maybe if we go higher, we'll...
Okay,
Get
excellent,
out of it?
absolutely. So you burning hands in, and it grows and feeds the fire. You hear inside this fire speech come out, and it sounds gleeful. The balloon fills further with air, and the ship starts going upward quickly. Minette?
That would be probably the thing that I would have tried to do, is just use the engineering of the ship to try and...
Okay. You can potentially go down to the engine bay and get more water into the boiler somehow. That would help spin the propeller faster. I don't know if you have the ability. Actually, you might, because you have another water decanter of endless water, right?
I think so. I
Okay.
think we got a second one for...
Yeah, I think so too. So you do that. Excellent. So that's gonna be the last success we need. So the ship completely banks with the quick reaction of the crew and starts. The propeller starts just going double time, and you do find that it's got a dome-like functionality to it, I guess. And it's got a dome-like shape. The only reason why you see it is because Fatso dies. You see the remains of Fatso. You guys have lost a significant portion of the crew. Some of them are students. What do you do?
I remind the remaining students that it is a non-refundable fee.
Oh man! And this very sullen realization that they are not in safe hands by any means.
Do you have them sign a waiver?
Washes
We
over
did.
them.
Yeah,
Yes.
I did.
Yeah.
And then Asmodeus made sure that they all signed another waiver afterwards. Yeah.
I tell the group, I'm like, Lucky just died in front of me.
Shit.
What just happened?
Well, he's been using the wrong type of beans to make his coffee. I find lima beans or garbanzos are a lot smoother than those bitter black ones he uses. But I'm pretty sure that's not what happened here.
So, I like Lucky. He's a nice guy. So I only have one Revivify gem left on me, so I'll use it on him.
Okay.
I actually have a few 300 gold pieces.
Oh, okay.
He's got a couple.
We've got a lot for resurrection, but I was down to one since we took the one out to res me.
Do you have, I know I have at least another 2.
You probably like arrive at me, like, and you see me steering the ship. Probably think that's not great. And I've got like the Ebola face where there's like blood coming out of my nose and eye and ears.
And I cast a Cure Wounds on you. Because that's scary.
That's a gross.
I'm just like, I don't know if you're having an aneurysm or like half dying or...
So how
I'll
many
use
times
my
do you
one.
cast that?
I'm just doing Revivify once.
Okay. All right.
Lucky is lucky.
Yeah.
He's been with us so long,
But
and he's a stable, dependable guy.
Yep. All right. So you guys lost over half of the ship's crew, which will mean that it requires some assistance from you guys to steer the ship. Those dead are Two-Eyed Mary, Robbie, Fatso, and Skinny Pete.
Well, at least Fatso and Skinny Pete went together.
Yep. And then the students that died, a Eladrin by the name of Sai, a gnome named Dimble is no longer with you. His sister is preparing and weeping over the body, and a human named Mjörk is also perished.
Now we get to run our autopsy class.
Oh no. And Asmodeus, he's white-faced, and he looks to you all, and he's like, "What just happened?"
I don't know. As we approached the city, Lucky just fell over dead, and I turned the wheel. This is a wheel.
He's like,
I said, you killed him. You killed them all.
I think this is what Valindra warned us about, guys.
Oh yeah, the thingy with the thingies.
I thought that was around the tomb.
Tomb?
Yeah, that's where the soulmonger is at.
Well, maybe it's got like a battery that extends its reach or something.
Well, we didn't install it. I just assumed they would have only protected the tomb.
Must be the tombs in that city.
I'm so sorry, guys. Tin, do you have Speak with Dead?
I don't think I have it currently equipped, because I had it equipped for a while, but then with the death curse, it was pointless.
Okay. Well, if someone has Speak with Dead, or we can potentially do it tomorrow, we can talk with those who died, and luckily everybody's been signed up except for Lucky, but I mean he's lucky, I guess. I've got an addendum in our contract, and if they want to exercise that pact, I can resurrect them, but their soul is forfeit.
We can do that tomorrow.
All right. What?
Nothing.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I was thinking about something, but never mind.
All right. So,
You can do that?
well, only because it's in the contract.
That wasn't in the contract we signed, is it?
No, it's not in your contract. Your contract is a strict non-disclosure.
None to what?
It's a gag order. You don't talk about me
No.
to people.
Kyo's contract was a little different than theirs.
Yep.
So Kyo does actually technically serve Asmodeus for, well, how many years? I forget how many years it was.
Okay.
But it was a period of a certain number of years. It wasn't forever.
I remember that.
And then because the first thing he did when he signed the gag thing was break the contract to protect his soul from the soulmonger.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I remember I had...
Will you buy my soul?
We modified mine so that I wouldn't have to do anything against Lathander's teachings. I don't remember if that included my soul being Asmodeus's, if I violated or not.
I don't recall.
Kenyon mutters out, suckers.
So what do you want to do? What? I don't know how to get past this. I don't even know what the hell this is.
I mean, I could seeming us, but I don't think that's good enough.
It sounds like we need to talk to the trickster gods.
I don't know what those are.
Is there anything in the the demon book about this at all, or no?
No, it just describes the different demons.
What about that book you guys got from the prince's house? Talks about Omu.
Who has that book?
Probably Minette.
It didn't talk about it at all. The long and short of it was the people started to worship these two gods that came to Omu, promising to protect them as long as they worked for them. These gods would protect them from this great evil that was coming. The evil never came after 100 or so years, and so the people gave up and started worshiping this god of rebirth, and that was it. That was pretty much all the book talked about.
Could I do like a history check to see if there's any like knowledge I would have about gods of various cultures?
Yeah,
to see
absolutely.
if there's tricksters that would stand out in my mind.
Sure.
I would like to do an Arcana.
21.
Okay, 1 second, Ben. So 21, the trickster gods that stand out to you are these cultural gods that originate somewhere around the Kalimshan border, which you know is a little bit north of here. These gods resemble animals, and as you're thinking about it, you start thinking like, oh shit, I've seen those. And you start digging around your pack, and you guys picked up 9 smiling totems of these Aztec-looking smiling animals, and they're all brightly painted. And you start going through those totems, and you start seeing them: a boar, a snake, a monkey, stuff like that.
Are these things magical? I don't recall what these items are.
They were just picked up randomly in the vault. You can inspect them when you identify them. I assume you identify them.
Yep, I'm doing all the things.
Kinion's like smearing zombie guts over himself at this point.
That's
thinking it's like his way.
So he's
meat.
taking the buckets from where we mopped.
Yes. I'm making myself absolutely filthy.
Oh yeah, the 9 totems, they were a chalice for something magical is what we had determined last time.
The rough idea you get from it is something like a soul stone, where some essence is captured in this, but you don't get the feeling that it's a soul that's captured in these.
I fly off the ship and start headed to Omu,
Okay.
covered in zombie guts.
Okay.
I'll check this out. And I'm like,
So
Kenyon,
you
come back.
you fly off the ship. Give me a Constitution save as you crest the cliff face.
even worse, 13.
Oh no. He's trying things out. That's good.
Did you heal before you left?
No.
Nope. 20 points of
Even though we had a long rest?
necrotic damage.
Not since we've gotten
In the moment, like, I feel the pain, I, like, hit my bracer, and, like, I'm on, like, the floor of the ship, like, covered in zombie guts, just
Okay.
like, ouch!
it. You flinched.
You don't see me.
So what was Kyo doing?
Kyo is going to examine the bodies with Arcana
Okay.
to try and determine what he can about this magic. And he does it rather callously
Sure.
because, well, except for, Fatso and Skinny Pete, because they were his good friends.
They fed him, so yeah.
Yeah. He used to hang out with them in the mess hall. So he's very respectful and ginger with their bodies, but like the gnome whose sister's more, he's like looking at the gums and
Yep.
he's not like damaging the bodies, but he's
Inspecting.
not paying any attention to feelings.
Yep.
Ooh, youch. So I rolled a 1, so that's that's a 7.
A 7.
Yep.
They definitely died of some sort of necrotic essence.
They died within the last day. I can tell that.
But you do have a feeling that this is some sort of divine magic. Like just I mean that is very apparent.
Desecration.
It's the other
Yeah.
sort of magic. Okay.
Manette, you should give one of those statues to Kinian.
Yeah, that's what I
Kinian,
was
you
gonna
should
do.
fly back.
Hey, Kinian, hold this and go fly into that bubble again.
I think we should smash
I
the
give a-
statues and release the spirits.
So there's
Seems like a
9
last
little
choice.
they're actual statues.
Yeah.
Kinian's particular about his statues.
Okay.
You get 16 health from a cure wound.
What were the animals again?
So there's a
You
monkey.
heal 21.
There's
from
a
10.
snake. There's a boar.
Is there anything bat-like?
Monkey.
Yeah. A crocodile.
I'd be like, ooh, that's sweet, and I grab the crocodile,
Okay.
No, you should take the boar because you're awfully boorish.
and I'm like, what? And I start flying back toward him.
Okay.
Like, this is gonna work.
Make a Constitution save for me, please.
Guys, this is totally working. This is like, 30.
Oh.
Oh, you made it this
Yeah, I
time.
crit.
Holy shit!
Fuck.
All right.
God.
You take 19 points of damage then. 39, so half. Yep, 19.
Same amount you took last time, but you saved.
And
Well, it's slightly less. It seems to be working.
when you flash back to the ship, the totem is glowing.
Was it glowing before?
No. And it's glowing brighter with this color that it's wrapped in, which is like a fluorescent green. And so it's just shining bright with this.
I cast.
Arcana check?
Okay.
I want to suggest what's the reach of your mage hand? Like 60 feet or something?
I could make it 6 because I could distance spell it.
Sure.
25.
So I was thinking
25 normally.
you could take it and mage hand it back in to see if it glows brighter by being in there or something.
Tie a mouse to it.
So with a Arcana of 25, what you would gather is this is filled with some sort of divine magic, but it's not anything apparent. It's just like some divine magical essence.
But doesn't seem to be providing any sort of effect.
No, not currently.
It's
no.
passive.
Not currently.
I'm like, well, that's kind of cool. And I take all of them.
Okay.
And
No, you don't.
I try to take all of them.
Okay. How many do you take?
I'd like to take all of them
But I don't think Manette's gonna.
if Manette will let me take them all.
Maybe if you explain to Manette what your plans are.
I'm gonna take them all over, and they'll protect me surely. I got this.
I'm keeping one. And
I give him the crocodile.
Okay. All right.
That one's used up.
Like, this one was no good. It's got to be one of the other ones.
It's like you just have to activate them and it's fine. And you
I'm
just
used
don't
to-
know that.
I'm used to totems. I used to be a totem barbarian. I know the power that they can provide.
So you take them all over?
Yeah.
Constitution save, please.
At least it's not 8 Constitution saves. 27.
All right. You succeed, and you take 18 points of damage. And when you flash back to the ship, none of them are lit up.
Interesting.
Not even the croc.
The croc is, yes, that's still lit up.
and I'm like just laying on the floor, and it takes like a minute, and like you hear like slow walking, like, and I put them all down in front of Minette.
Can I borrow somebody's broom? I'm not
He
willing.
is the owner of the broom.
Can I borrow your broom?
You have some sweeping to do?
Huh?
You have some sweeping to do?
No.
Okay, I guess.
Can I have a statue in it?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna take the monkey
Okay.
and I'm gonna go fly into the field.
Okay. What's the reason? Just to see if...
I want to see if I stay there, if the effect keeps happening, essentially.
Okay.
He's resistant to necrotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
I
you
mean,
fly in.
Not bad.
Yep.
You fly in, and give me a save, please. Constitution.
11.
11. You take 34 points of necrotic,
17 points of necrotic.
and it lights up, and you stay there. How long do you want to stay?
Until I feel like I am in danger.
Okay. Constitution save for me, please.
You're in danger.
Even worse.
All right. You take 30 points of necrotic.
It's an instant 3-round kill.
Does anything
My hit
happen
points are
with
fine.
the
My
statue?
hit points are fine.
No,
Are you under 100 hit points? Yes, you're dead.
I leave.
you bounce. Okay. All right.
I want to spend some time attempting to attune with one of the items.
Okay. Okay.
So, short rests.
Hey, short rest. Yeah.
All right. So as you sit and think on this totem, are you thinking on one that's lit up or
Yeah, the
not?
crocodile one.
Okay. Okay. So you're thinking about this crocodile one, and you're attuning to it. And as you attune, a voice comes to your ears.
My clerics complete my trials, and through the trials come my blessing.
Hey everyone, I'm DM Allen, and thank you so much for joining us once again. This is Season 3, Episode 20. Thank you so much for being a listener, and if you're a new listener, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We have some big news. Next week, we are bringing in a featured guest. His name is Ryan, and he is co-host of a YouTube channel called Roll for Initiative. There'll be more information about it next week. Keep an eye out on our social medias as well for more information, but we are very excited. We love his character, and we're really excited to share him with you guys. If you guys have been listening for a long time, you've actually listened to Ryan play as Vodette, the character he is playing next week, and you can listen to that over on our Misadventures of the Deepfoot Clan episode. Go check that out. It's a really funny episode, and it's a ton of fun. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to try and tell somebody about us this week. You can point them to our Twitter at DM's Table or our Facebook at The DM's Table, and it's there they can find more information out about us and get access to our Discord by just DMing us in our socials. Also, a big thank you to our patrons. Our patrons help keep us on the internet for everybody else to listen to, and that is nothing shy of heroic. Thank you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. If you want to help support the show financially, go check out patreon.com/DMsTable. Let me ask you something now. Have you heard of Standing Stone's Workshop? Because if you haven't, you really need to. Go check her out on Facebook and on YouTube. Just search for Standing Stone's Workshop and you'll find her right away. She does really cool miniature paintings, and I think you'll be very impressed. Go subscribe and follow her. She does really great work and really deserves it. All right. Now, let's talk about this week's sponsor. This week's sponsor is Audible. Audible is an amazing audiobook platform with over 180,000 books to choose from. When you sign up through audibletrial.com/RWA, you're going to not only support the show, but you're going to get 2 free audiobooks, access to a bunch of different Audible originals, and a 30-day free trial to the best audiobook platform there is out there, at least in my opinion. If you're looking for a trial and you want to support the show, go check out audibletrial.com/RWA. Oh, this is embarrassing. I gotta take this. Hey, Adam.
Oh, hey, Alan. How's it going?
Hey, funny story. I'm actually doing the reading right now, and it just so turns out it's time for Adam's recommendation of the week. So why don't you just go ahead and tell them?
Oh yeah. Good idea. Okay. Hey, guys. This week, I'm suggesting a lighthearted story that is sure to take you away from this world. Bloody Jack by L.A. Meyer is a lighthearted young adult novel that kicks off the adventures of Mary Bloody Jack Faber, as she presumes the identity of a ship boy for the HMS Dolphin. Can she survive undetected by the crew of the ship? Will she perish at the hands of pirates? Will her fate ever let her live a quiet, peaceful life? Not likely. Check out the beginning of her story today.
Oh yeah. No. I'll certainly check that out.
Okay. That's good. Yep. Okay, that's good. And you sure, everything's been going fine? These are good recommendations?
Yeah, and you don't need to worry.
You sure?
Nobody's complained yet.
You sure?
No, you're doing a great job, Adam. No. You're good. All right.
All right. I'll talk to you later. Love you, bro.
Love you too. All right, bye. All right, that was embarrassing. I'm sorry, and probably highly unprofessional. Now, I want to talk about Incompetech.com. Incompetech has been with us from the start. We absolutely love Incompetech. We've been using their music for a very long time, and their audio scores are premium. I'm talking grade A. Put your face right in that audio score and really just take a nice sniff. That's some good audio score. And you know what brings about these fantastic audio scores is a well-defined website. I mean, all you got to do is type in some cloud tags of how you're feeling, what you're looking for in your score, and boom, your scores are going to come up right there in front of you. And Incompetech has a really cool interface, and it makes it really easy. And you know what? Something I love about Incompetech is we don't just use the audio for the podcast. I love to listen to it while I'm prepping. So if you're a creative or you're just looking for creative audio scores, go check out Incompetech.com today. All right, that's all I've got for you this week, and I'll see you out on the internet. Bye, guys.
While this is going on, I'm gentle reposing, starting with Skinny Pete and Fatso.
Okay.
And moving the way down the line. Just one every 10 minutes.
Okay.
Basically. I don't want the bodies to rot before we get back to them.
Mm-hmm.
Water deep.
I'm gonna try Divine Intervention for the hell of it. Let's see how
D100. What level are you?
17. Or 17.
So you gotta roll 17 or lower?
Yeah.
Yep.
It worked when I was
Throw.
11. Oh.
Wang.
Close. 23.
I'll go and meditate and try and reach out to my Deva
Okay.
in a hope that she'll be more helpful than, man, you gotta go there.
Okay. All right. So you reach out to your Deva. Give me a charisma check with no proficiencies.
21.
Nice. So you sit and you meditate as you were taught as a child, and you ask of your Deva to commune, and you feel a touch of divine presence in your mind. What do you ask?
How do we get into Omu safely?
When you do that, what you see is the jungle. Then you see a stone shrine, and then you see this like little piece, this like little stone piece with some sort of writing on it. You can't understand it, and then you see that there's 9. Like everything goes black, and they all start to float, and there's 9 pieces like floating in a circle.
And we have 9 totems.
Do I get a sense of where in the jungle?
Nope.
All right, I relay that to everybody. How big did the stone thingy look?
There wasn't really anything to compare it against. But in your mind, it's probably like maybe fist size.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah. You're talking the piece, right?
No, didn't you say there was like the rock formation with the writing and stuff?
Like a structure?
There was a structure, and then your vision went inside of that.
Oh.
And inside was a stone piece.
How big was the structure?
Oh, like a small house or a large house size maybe. And it was like it's moss covered with vines grown tightly around it. It's tucked within like all of these different very thick old growth trees, and you see like an undead snake slithering around.
I have a good idea. We should burn down all the forests.
And then look for the stone structures.
Yeah.
And that's how the Sahara was built.
Mm-hmm.
I think we do wide circles around Omu and kind of try to plot the area.
So, like, do a lazy spiral outward.
Yeah.
And I mean, because I'm assuming there wasn't any trees obscuring the structure.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's all hidden in the...
It's hidden in the jungle. Okay,
Yeah.
so we have to go on foot then.
So the reptilian birds that we saw, like, south of Omu, did they appear alive or dead?
From that distance, you couldn't really tell, but from the general feel of the place, it's pretty reasonable to assume they're dead.
Okay.
Does Asmodeus have any input?
Asmodeus kind of shrugs and he says, I've got nothing on this.
Glad we brought him along.
Let's start with the west and slowly expand.
So, my perception's terrible. So, I'm going to teach the remaining students that ritual that I've been doing.
Okay.
To preserve bodies.
Okay.
That way they feel like they're doing something.
Okay.
And it should help morale.
Okay. Sounds good. You guys start making wide circles around Omu. And you're finding the vegetation to be thick, very thick canopy. And you're probably not going to be able to see anything from this height. Would you like to go down on foot?
I don't want to go on foot, but it sounds like we'll need to.
Yeah, I would go down if I can't see through the tree.
Okay.
The thing is, the ship's going to be stuck wherever we leave it then, because they can't sail without us.
Yeah, but we can teleport back to the ship.
Well, they could probably sail. They just wouldn't be able to turn.
Okay. All right. So you leave the ship maybe somewhere north of the city.
I tell Deke he's in charge of feeding them now.
We find a spot that's kind of got like a lot of trees with a little cliff or something that we can hide the ship behind.
Okay. All right.
And is very recognizable, so we can find the ship ourselves.
Right. And you guys head down to the floor of the rainforest. When you meet the ground, it is hot, and just as hot as up ahead or up above the canopy. Only much more humid. The air through this jungle is much more stale. And everything just seems to stink. You find lots of dead animals and such. Give me a survival to try and find your way through this jungle.
I've got positive on that.
2 tickets to paradise.
Oh, back-to-back one.
I'm apparently not paying attention.
I rolled a guard.
I rolled the 1 last time, and I rolled the 1 again this time.
Can we assume with our travels that we short rested sort of when we're flying around?
Yeah, he said he took a short rest to
Okay.
tune.
'Cause I'm gonna
Also,
need
we
to-
can't become lost except by magical means.
Okay. In your favorite terrain, right?
Any train.
Oh, okay.
Is a 6 good enough?
No. What do we got? What's the highest number?
18.
Yeah, I got.
I'm guessing
Okay.
18.
Yeah, apparently 18 is the highest.
See, Keo's,
Alright.
Keo's never been anywhere that was too warm for him. He was only
The bookworm who's
Yeah.
lived in a tower for most of his life survives the best.
I didn't think there was such a thing as too hot.
Yeah, I read about books.
Just trying to get away from those frozen lakes. Little did I know you can go too far.
All right. So here's what happens. You had an 18. All right. So, Manette, you are able to find your way through this jungle somehow. You pick up on like these really thick rub marks that are on the ground, and they kind of zig and zag in a serpentine. Clearly something dangerous made these. You start following these tracks though, and what you come to is this big stone circular, not the same as what Bond saw, building. This building is spherical in design, almost like a stone igloo. There's a small broken wall that's a square around it, and as you guys approach, you see this stone igloo-like structure, and on each endpoint in the wall, there is this panther-like totem or statue with these snakes writhing coming off of the back, and they all seem in like this action pose. Remember, this is all like blocky art, so the statue is square with everything chiseled into it. It's not shaped like an actual animal. And you see several of these around the perimeter of this area, and you see one door. Do you approach?
Yeah.
Okay. So Bond steps ahead of everyone else and walks past these guardians, these stone guardians, if you may, and nothing seems to happen. Everybody's kind of got their breath held, watching to see if they come alive, and they all stay stone-like. And Bon, as you walk towards this igloo structure, you see inside, and what you see is this very large pit. So inside, you see steps descending into a 15-foot-high moss-covered room. 4 statues of of these warrior-like people are standing in the alcoves around the outside of the room. And they're overlooking a gladiatorial pit in the center.
Is it a pretty big pit, or?
Yeah, real, probably like 15 by 15 type thing. And each statue looks like it was meant to hold a spear, but their weapons are missing. On the far side of the chamber is a stone pedestal that stands conspicuously bare. there is a relief in the wall behind this pedestal that shows a monstrous jaguar with 6 snakes protruding from its shoulders, fighting off a squat frog-like humanoid armed with a spear.
Guys, there's nothing in here. And start walking down the steps.
Okay. As you approach the steps, or as you walk down the steps and you get closer to the gladiatorial ring, you start just hearing like faint ghost-like fighting. You hear like this speech that you can't understand, and you hear the fighting of men and women against something that sounds kind of like grinding noise, and you hear some of them die and some of them succeed with cheers of victory or yells of agony, but you see nothing in the pit.
I modify my shout out to, guys, there's something weird in here, and continue down into the pit.
Okay. When you get into the pit, has anybody entered the building at this point?
I would enter the building, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I enter the building, see the missing spears, and go outside to look for sticks that are of appropriate size.
All right.
I would have just asked Kinian for spears.
Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't think of it, though.
Bon, in front of you is the pit. You've jumped into it?
Yep.
Okay. And as soon as your feet hit the ground, this divine energy covers the top of the pit. And you can see it. It's like this golden force field. And in front of you, out of the wall, burrows this metallic jaguar.
And I'm like having flashbacks to the thing we just discussed a couple minutes ago, being trapped in the cube. I'm like, oh, fuck.
So I need you to roll initiative for me, please.
16.
All right. Now, you guys on the outside of the pit feel as if you could buff, but you cannot get through. Like, Kinian, you like tap on the divine screen, and it's like it gives that noise of stone, like ting ting ting.
Who has the totems right now?
I think Adam has one totem, or Bon has one totem, and Manette has.
I'm still holding on to the crocodile.
The crocodile. You've got all the rest. Okay.
I cast. Will
+2
bless,
AC for the.
Will bless stack on top of that, or?
As long as it's
adding
not the
+2
same.
AC.
As long as it's not the same spell.
Okay, you also get bless.
Sweet.
All right. What's your initiative?
16.
16. You go first. All right.
Kinian's gonna start looking through for the Shigambi looking totem.
Okay. So, Bon, you see this metallic panther, and it comes out of the wall in front of you, and it just snaps its jaws and starts like growling at you, and it starts circling the pit.
I'm like, maybe if I fight it, something cool will happen. And I poof angelic, and I reach into the pouch on my waist and throw out a fluffy for a distraction piece.
So I got 4 sticks now.
Okay.
Come back in.
And you start putting them in the.
Well, I will hurriedly
hands.
now that there's a battle going on, because
Yeah.
I got to get rid of this dome.
What are you doing?
I poofed angelic and I threw out a jackal.
Okay.
Sorry, I couldn't find my bag of tricks.
That's fine. All right, so pull up the jackal's stuff and all that stuff.
Bruce Willis comes out.
He's gonna die. He's gonna die. So
the predator in front of you snaps its teeth once again and is going to. Yes. Okay. It gives out this loud metallic roar. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
22.
This roar seems to be awfully scary, but it is not enough to stun you. You still take damage, though. 26 points of thunder damage as this roar ripples out from it.
Am I bleeding from my ears?
Yeah. And you start, it continues to circle around the ring. I need you to make actually a Constitution saving throw for your jackal as well.
Oh, he's toast.
Yeah, even if he succeeds.
So that was halved by, you need to have that damage, by the way, because you succeeded.
Oh, shit. Okay. The jackal dies if he takes the same.
Yeah, he does.
dies.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, that was useless.
Poof. All right, next is your turn.
All right. I mark him as my prey,
Okay.
and then I go and hit him twice with my sword. I was going to staff it, but then I was like, one-on-one, I'll use the sword. All right, that is surprisingly...
What's the sword do? Does it do anything against evil creatures?
It's chaotic, I think?
Okay, that's right. Okay, so you're fine.
Yeah,
This is lawful evil.
so it's not a chaotic creature?
No.
Oh shit! So he could do extra damage to Kenny.
Yeah. All right, so straight one dice damage for this thing. 30 some to hit.
Okay. Yep, that hit.
Damn straight it does. 56 points of damage.
What kind of damage?
Some slashing, some radiant.
Okay, but all magical.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
56 points of hitting it with the sword, and then I back away to the other side of it.
Holy shit. Yeah.
He does not get an opportunity attack.
Okay. On his turn, he crouches and then running leaps at you and is going to attack 3 times.
Ouch.
It chomps at you with its bite attack, and it's going to be a 18.
Nope.
Claws come in at lower, and the last one is going to hit at a 26.
Yep.
So you take 17 points of slashing damage. Oh, I'm sorry. No. That's a wrong attack. You take 12 plus 7, 19 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And it is your turn. Yeah.
Oh.
At this point, I probably found the totem, right?
Yeah.
I want to try to put it on the platform.
Okay.
What is how does that work?
You
Roll
got to
10
roll
or
a 10 or higher.
Okay, I didn't.
You
Okay.
use bless for holding. You didn't make it?
I rolled a 3.
Oh, that's not happening.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's fine.
So, Kinian, when you put the totem on the platform, it starts to hum, and then you start to hear like this gentle purr come from it, and you see Bon. You see that the predator starts to like rust slightly. It seems to have taken on some form of damage.
It's working! It's working! Do it again! I don't know what he did because I'm focused on the beast, but
Yeah.
I assume somebody did something on the outside.
I start smiling. I'm like, I did it! It's working!
It's working!
Kinian did a smart thing?
Okay. I'm gonna hit him twice.
Uh-huh.
22 is my lower one.
22 hits, yeah.
Damn straight.
He rolled a 3.
Oh, shit. You
A
can't.
3 plus
you have to roll a 1 to miss. It's a
3
20.
plus a 3, so
3 plus a 3 because the bless.
Oh, sure. Okay. Well, the AC is
Yeah.
20, so that way we can keep it rolling a little fast.
all right. 39 is my starting amount.
Okay.
So if I hit twice, I start at 39.
Okay.
Okay? Then I add dice. So 50. 50 points of magical damage. And then I'm going to dodge.
Which gives him disadvantage?
Yep.
Okay. He regains his roar and roars out at you. Give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
I get the
So is
The
there
plus.
stuff for us to do?
15.
Because
Not really. No, not yet.
You can start purring. That's what Kenyan's doing.
What did
15.
you do?
Con
What?
save, 15.
Okay, so you fail, and you take 30 points of damage, and you are stunned.
That's not good for
And
Is it a fear fact? Is it a fear thing?
you. No,
I don't
it's
know.
stun
It just
effect.
says stun.
That means
yeah.
that you don't get any actions or bonus actions, reactions.
So, it's going to hit at a 29. Another hit, and does a 20 hit you?
No.
No. Okay. All right. So you got
Shield of Faith.
Thanks.
let's see. So it goes 17 points of damage from the claws, and let's see, 15 points of piercing damage from the bite.
You're doing fine.
And
No,
here
I'm not.
comes its second turn.
You're doing fine.
Crit
You're downed.
and 2 misses.
Now, I have something to do.
Okay.
Seeing as I see that some effects go through the thing,
Yep.
I try to animate rocks on the ground.
Ooh, shit, son. All right, let's roll you guys in then.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that was a really good idea.
Ben wakes up.
I'm sorry,
Goes down.
sorry, I'm drifting. It's just it's warm in here, and I work a lot of overtime.
27 points of damage on the crit.
Yeah, I'm unconscious.
Okay. As soon as he goes unconscious, the pit top opens up.
Oh, right as Kio's casting.
The pit top opens up, and the steel predator looks up at you guys, and starts walking towards the wall again.
I jump on him.
You jump in. All right, you jump in, and the pit closes back up. Let's roll you in. Does anybody else want to jump in?
Yeah, Tin wants to start
no,
healing.
but
Yeah.
I'm going to cast
You
heal.
might be able to shoot too, Minette.
Heal
that
has a
moment.
60-foot range. I'm assuming
Yeah,
bombs
I mean,
within 60
yeah, if the
feet.
shield's down,
So you get
Okay.
70 hit
I'd
points.
take a pot shot.
Okay, so
Alright.
everybody just start like.
Well, as soon as the pit opened up,
Yeah.
Yeah, we've just been
Kenyan's
sitting around waiting, so...
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
I was trying to shoot a buff through the shield, but the shield opened. So that question never gets answered.
Keel feels like he's the one that
I'll
brought the
assume I
shield
don't
down,
get
though.
my sneak attack damage on it.
Yeah, because he's on.
no, I
he's
feel like
unconscious.
it cast through
But I
it.
hit it at 23.
Okay, yeah, that.
So how big are the object? Like, is there anything in the pit?
30 damage.
Stones and stuff.
Stones and stuff?
Yep. 30 what?
30 damage.
All right. Let's do Keo next. So, what are your rocks? Do they have spawning sickness,
Well,
or
it
do they
depends
get
on.
to attack?
Well, it depends on the size of them. They're supposed to go on their own.
Yep. We'll just say they're going now.
Okay. So, this depending on the size of the rocks, they're different things.
Okay.
So if they're tiny,
We're gonna say pebbles, so like
okay,
that big.
would all be tinies then. So then I have 10 of them, and each one has an HP of 20, and plus 8 to hit. So the rocks begin pelting the.
Plus 8 pebbles, though, is
Yeah.
pretty impressive.
Dude, that spell's awesome. It's killed dragons.
So I got. Okay, so I'm at 3 hits out of 4 swings now, 4 hits out of 5 swings, 4 hits out of 6 swings, 5 hits out of 7 swings, 6 hits out of 8 swings. 7 hits out of 9 swings. And a miss. So 7 hits.
You want a dice roller?
Yeah.
Blink, blink, blink.
Yep.
Each one's a D4 plus 4.
All right, and you had 7?
Yeah, so that'd be
I'll give you the dice
7
roll.
D4 plus 28
Okay.
for total damage.
So 7d4 is 17.
Okay, plus 28 would be 38, 45.
You're just hearing like pebbles on metal.
Clink, 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 clink,
Yeah, ting, 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 ting.
All right, 45.
That
so
die didn't fail me that time.
halved. All right, Kenyon, your turn.
So it started walking away when it downed him.
Yeah.
Like it's not smart enough to know to kill.
Kenyon
not
Kenyon would
programmed
think
to.
so.
Yeah. Did it close? Like I land in the pit, I look and it's closed?
Yeah.
Oh, there goes that plan of just launching Bon out of there.
Oh, I'm awake now.
Yeah.
10 healed me.
Yeah.
My rage and try to monster truck this thing.
All right.
Monster truck.
That's a hit. That's also a hit. Does fire have to be separated from sweet slashing?
Nope.
78 points of damage.
78.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Ben just rolled all those dice for nothing. But it was
I was
awesome.
just getting ready for the next round.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm just smashing it with the rod, basically. Flaming rod.
All right, and yeah, you're going completely berserk with this thing, and you make it into this just pile of shrapnel, and when you get up, like you're heaving and you look over, and Bond's just starting to get up out of the dirt and brushing away some of the caked blood, and you look up and the ceiling is gone again. Keo, you see right next to the totem that was placed is a little square next to it, about yay big, and it's about the size of a quarter or maybe a 50-cent piece, and it's got like this writing on it, but you can't read it.
Give me 10 minutes and I can.
Can I read it? I can read everything.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Oh, you got the
language?
eyes of
Yeah.
nice.
What language is it?
You guys wouldn't necessarily know, but it's old
Omuan.
Omuan.
Oh, okay.
I do like this thing's just a smoking
Oh, yeah.
construct, right?
It says insert coin here.
I do look over at Bon and I'm like, what's the big deal?
I'm like, hey, I weakened it.
I loosened it for you.
And then I fly him up out of the pit. I just fly you up out of the pit.
I can fly.
My pebbles could have all lifted.
Oh
him
yeah,
up.
that's true.
So you see this piece, and Bon, as Keo like starts ritualizing the spell, you look at it, and it's got a letter on it.
I pull out my ritual book, pull it to how to comprehend languages.
And Bon's like, it just says this.
I start reading aloud. How to comprehend
Are we
languages.
able to put other totems in the spot that Kenyon had put the one totem in?
Yeah, you
like
can
swap
try.
them?
Yeah.
But that'll summon other constructs, and we know this one's dead. So
The letter it has on it is a A.
It's
A
an
for
A.
a Sararak. B for Baylors. I don't know after.
Sararak is actually spelled with 9 letters. Pretty sure.
Acer rack.
Anyways,
Hold on. Now I need
No,
to pretend
he was.
that's
It was
true.
just grading Kenion's performance. One round,
Asmodeus.
best you can possibly do. Hey.
It was pretty decent.
so the question is now: do you want to continue searching for shrines like these?
GS.
Yes.
Yeah.
They've got XP in them.
Maybe more than one of us can.
this is
jump
gonna
in
be like the
pit.
one time I'm gonna go along with that because Kyo's almost level 17.
Yeah. All right.
Have as many as you want.
All right, roll survival for me, please.
Ooh, I'm gonna do better this time. Because reasons.
Everyone or?
I did poorly this time.
I rolled a 25.
Anybody trained?
Oh,
Trained in what's?
I'm not
I
trained.
missed what's
Proficient.
Yeah, proficient in survival.
Well, I'm not
Hey,
trained.
this time I rolled a 5, so I have a 10.
I think I'm the only one proficient in
I'm
survival.
proficient.
Oh, you too?
I'm a ranger, but I'm not trained.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What do you?
Yeah, I have a +0 to wisdom.
45?
25.
Oh, 25. I was like,
Sorry.
horse shit, 45.
Even I can't go that high on things.
No, when I was building my character, I took survival proficiency because I picked a +0 for wisdom.
I took survival because it made sense for a barbarian.
Makes sense for Kyo, too.
Yeah. Thematically, my backstory would not have worked if I didn't have survival.
Kenyan only has animal handling, survival, perception, intimidation, and athletics. It seems fitting.
I'm putting my monkey on this one.
Wow.
Dude. Dude.
That's not sanitary.
Hey, he
By
can't
just
get
standing
diseased.
there holding the monkey statue.
He's immune to disease.
Rumspringer!
It's not sanitary for other people.
You guys are all like razzing Bon, right? He's just standing there like, the fuck, guys?
I was talking about monkeys.
I got the fucking monkey right here.
I don't get it.
Kenyan's laughing.
All right. So you guys travel through the jungles more, and you reach a shrine that's like stilted, and it's got this big like stone room type thing up in the trees, and on the stilts is like these dowels, these stone dowels that come out. Up at the top, you see one open doorway.
How tall is it? Off the ground?
30 feet.
I use Vine Whip.
Okay.
How long did we look around for?
Say 6 hours.
All right.
So a good long time.
No-
You guys
no
are probably
longer
very
angel.
uncomfortable. So,
I used the decanter of endless water.
and drink.
No.
Oh,
To blast
down.
myself to remove the zombie bits.
yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kenyan's cleaning himself?
I actually couldn't smell the cologne.
Oh no.
There it is. So he needs to reapply.
I got any re-lather.
And he
Oh, no.
he takes out one of the cologne bottles and just breaks it on himself.
Yep.
Or he drinks the
Uh,
That's on brand.
Yep. So, he takes one swig of it and then breaks the rest on himself. So, Kyo,
vintage.
you vine whip up to the doorway, and inside the doorway, you
Well,
see.
I pull the doorway down to me.
Yeah. Inside the doorway, you see a very large statue of a monkey.
I knew it.
For everybody else, give me a athletics to get up to the top.
I just
Acrobatics?
fly up.
Athletics.
I
If you can fly, you
Oh.
can fly.
I wink at Tin
Can I-
and hold out my arm.
How high up is it? DM, how high up is it?
30.
Okay, I'm
Do you
there.
want to take musky flight?
It's been at least 6 hours, and then we had
A long rest.
a long rest, so I can activate my wings. So I do that.
You guys are all like, I can fly, and I'm all like strolling up the side of a building.
I wink at Manette and I hold down my hand.
Come with me if you want to live.
I could toss
I
a
fly
rope
up
down
20
to
feet.
It's 30 foot tall.
Jump.
I jump and then activate my ability and then climb the rest of the
Do you
way.
have a
You guys are
10-foot
able to get up
lateral?
there. Yeah.
But you're
So-
like 5 feet tall.
That's
Not
pretty.
even.
That's a
I'm
giant
not.
ladder.
I'm 3.
Yeah. Oh, you're 3
Fucking
feet
Yoda.
tall.
All right. Let's rein it in for the wrap up. Inside you see carvings of monkeys hanging by their tails, decorating the walls in here. And in the center of the room is a 10-foot tall stone statue of an evil-looking monkey balancing on its tail. And atop is a stone dais in the middle of the 20-foot chamber. So it's balancing on its tail, and then on top of its head is a stone dais.
I thought that the Wongo looked like a flying monkey, and I bet I'm right then if there's monkeys everywhere.
And then, so
They're evil monkeys.
on the wall behind, the monkey statue is a relief of monkey-like creatures tearing into a giant serpent. Cuneiform inscriptions are carved above and below the relief, and 4 masks of painted stone protrude from the walls. They depict the head of a lion, a zebra, a boar, and a vulture.
I was hoping the puzzle would have the masks, one.
Yeah, right?
Then,
See no
another-
evil, hear
yeah,
no evil.
And then just one that's something else.
Yeah.
And it's like, we know which mask doesn't belong.
What do you do?
Ask Bond to read the cuneiform.
Read the what?
Read the writing.
The
Cuneiform?
Oh.
It's what ancient Mesopotamians used as a writing system.
Yeah.
I read the thing that they're talking about.
So when you walk up, the writing says, Wango's friends knows where to pour the water.
Wango's friends knows where to pour the water. Kinian, don't pee on anything.
and I'm sorry, there is, I did misread it. It's friend, not friends.
Okay. Can you describe the animal statue-y things again, and
Yep. Lion, zebra, boar, and vulture.
do any of them look friendly?
No. They all
Okay.
look animal-like.
I want to
It's
put
not the zebra. They're
And-
notoriously ill-tempered.
And you see the monkey statue is balancing, and it's got both its hands out. Like, I like to think of it as like a monkey cross-legged and balancing on its tail, and the 2 hands are sticking out.
Maybe the monkey statue is his friend. Is it looking somewhere? Like I could follow its gaze and see something?
The statue, no.
Yeah.
Well, there was
okay.
another platform, like the other one, right?
Yeah, on the top of the monkey's head.
Yeah. I want to put the monkey statue there.
Okay. And when you do, did you guys take the statue, by the way, the
Yeah.
Yeah, we would
Okay.
have taken the one.
the totem? Okay, so you get up to the top of the monkey statue. You put the monkey on top, and nothing seems to happen.
I'm gonna leave it there until we solve the puzzle.
Okay.
I looked for places where you could pour water.
Okay.
Like basins
In the hands. So when you start inspecting the statue, in the hands you see the palms kind of become basins, both of them.
Ooh. Let's try to put water in both palms.
Do the masks come off the wall?
No, they are built into the wall. But when you're looking at these masks, Kinian, you see that the eyes are actually cut out, and you can almost see stuff through the eyes.
I go looking to see if I can find
Can
my
I
way
investigate?
behind them.
What's that?
I go walking around to see if there's a way for me to get back behind them, to look through them.
Nope.
I borrow the endless decanter and put water in the 2 palms.
Okay, 1 second. So, Manette, what
gonna investigate.
investigation? What are you investigating?
The masks.
Okay.
Because there's things in the eyes.
Mhm.
That's 25.
25. So you're seeing that the masks, your investigation tells you that the masks are in front of a room that is built, like there's no entryway into this room. And you just kind of like glancing through the eyes without like actually looking, you see like there might be something shiny inside the room.
So I'm looking around. I can't find a way.
Nothing.
I sit down and cross my legs and close my eyes, and using my barbarian goodness, I have a ghost, basically an invisible spirit, appear beyond the wall, so
Okay.
that I can look through its eyes and look better throughout the room using augury.
So when you're looking
scrying.
in that room, you see a identical statue, only like a figurine of it, and it's brightly lit in this room, many different colors, almost like there's, you wouldn't understand why, but almost like there's a light source coming through a prism, like just a rainbow of colors flashing across this room.
So I'm describing the room to people out loud while I'm just looking through, and then I flip my senses to hearing through clairvoyance to see if I hear anything in the room, and then kind of like flip back and forth between vision and hearing.
No, nothing to hear really. You can hear the echoes of your guys' conversations outside of the room.
And I tell the group that there's another statue in that room. And
And it's smaller, right?
weird colors.
What's it look like? Any differences?
Nope,
From the top of the monkey.
not from you can tell.
No. And what was the riddle that you wrote?
Wango's friend knows where to put the water.
Where to pour the
Where
water.
to pour the water.
And like Tinian starts laughing, like, what if he has no friends and that this other one is his friend?
What?
It's the same statue. And do I see anything on the walls, like any way essentially to open this room?
No, not at all. And Minette confirms that there's no possible way to get into that room.
Did anything happen when I poured water in the palms?
Which palm do you pour it in both?
I would start with the left one and then do the right one.
Why don't you just put in the right one to begin with, and then we'll be done.
Ha ha ha.
So when you pour water into the left palm, let's see here.
50-50 chance, and you guessed?
Disintegrate.
Do I see water appearing in the little statue's hand?
Yeah, I think so. That'd be cool. So yeah.
Like, what is happening? This statue's got water in its hands.
Irrelevant, cool. You would relay back, oh, put it in the left hand!
I think Kenyon would say other hand.
Kenyon knows left from right.
He would say other hand.
He knows starboard from...
He's port and starboard. So he's just looking at it, and it's like, hey, that's that one.
Put it in that hand!
When you put it in the left hand, nothing seems to happen at first, and so you keep pouring, and the basin starts to fill up, and then it starts bubbling and boiling, and it boils away, and in front of you is 6 steam mephits. Roll initiative.
Is that like a little tadpole type thing?
No, they're little
Demons.
Oh.
Fire game.
And you hear,
Where'd
the water go?
Yeah.
They're pretty weak.
Of endless water. Geyser.
I was just about to say.
But there's steam. Maybe they're slightly resistant to water.
You know what? Actually, Bond said that he put the monkey totem at the top. So I'm gonna say that actually mitigated the steam methods from appearing. So that's what I'll say.
They appeared as frozen blocks. Suckers!
They came to being. So Tim, what do you want to do now that you know?
I'm going to try the right palm.
Okay.
When more steam methods. No.
When you try the right palm, a disembodied voice starts speaking, and it says,
Take the prize and curse your friends, or fight my children and claim it. What is your choice?
So you can curse one of us if you wanted to.
Or we can just fight.
Yeah, we're just going to fight.
fight?
Yeah, I'm not going to curse my friends.
All right. All right. So we will pick this up next time then.
There will be Steam methods
chooses
plus
fight option.
And when you did that, also the puzzle piece appears, or the piece that you were looking for appears on top of the head.
Yeah.
What letter does it have?
For because you can
C.
Oh no!
It's strange.
an F.
F.
A Ferrac.
A Firebrand.
Did Mike Tyson spell this?
Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much for listening. What a fantastic episode. We cannot wait for next week's episode. We hope you stick around to find out what happens next. If you want to find out more about the show, about our characters, or things like that, go check us out on dmstable.com/RWA. DM's Table has got information on how to contact us through Twitter or Facebook or things like that. Go check it out, and we'll see you out on the internet. See ya.